Hello students. In the previous lecture, we discussed the general characters of phylum Porifera. Today, I am here with you to discuss the general characters of phylum Cnidaria. The word Cnidaria is derived from the term cnidoblasts or cnidocytes or nematocysts. What are cnidocytes? These are actually the stinging organs present on the tentacles and on the body of the cnidarians. A nematocyst is a stinging organ which consists of a capsule, shaft and a thread tube. Just like this is the diagram of a nematocyst. It consists of a capsule, a shaft and a thread tube. The capsule of this nematocyst is filled with a poisonous substance which is known as hypnotoxin. Hypnotoxin is a protein poison and it is used to paralyze the prey. So these nematocysts are used for anchorage, defense and food capturing. Cnidarians are aquatic. Aquatic means they are found in water, mostly marine. Marine means they are found in the sea water, but a few freshwater species are also found, for example, hydra. They are sessile. Sessile means they are fixed to the substratum. For example, Obelia, as well as free living forms are also present. For example, Eurelia. Cnidarians may be solitary, that is they live alone, for example hydra, as well as colonial, for example Physalia, that is they live in colonies. They show radial or bilateral symmetry. Radial symmetry is that in which the body can be divided equally in many planes, and bilateral symmetry is that in which the body can divide equally only in two planes. Level of organization, cnidarians exhibit tissue level of organization. So they are the first multicellular organisms from the evolutionary point of view which show tissue level of organization. Cnidarians are diploblastic animals. Diploblastic means they are developed from two germ layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. Their body wall consists of two distinct layers, outer epidermis and inner gastodermis. In poriferans, you studied that the outer body wall layer is known as pinacoderm, whereas the inner is known as conoderm. But in case of Cnidaria, these two layers are outer epidermis and inner gastodermis. And in between these two layers, there is present a gelatinous material which is known as mesoglia. Here it is the slide of hydra, section cutting of hydra, which shows the outer body layer, epidermis and inner gastodermis. And in between these two layers, there is present a gelatinous layer which is known as mesoglia. The outer epidermis consists of a number of cells, for example epitheliomuscular cells which provide musculature, cnidoblasts which are the stinging cells, interstitial cells which are the totipotent cells, nerve cells, sensory cells, etc. And likewise the inner layer, it also contains nutritive muscular cells, gland cells, interstitial cells, nerve cells and sensory cells. The body cavity of the cnidarians is known as gastrovascular cavity or coelentron. It contains only one opening which is known as hypostome, mouth or hypostome. It also acts as anus. That is, anus is absent in these organisms, so they have blind sac type of body plan. Here you can see the diagram of hydra. At the upper end, mouth is present, which is known as hypostome, and the posterior end, it is blind. It is blind, that is anus is absent. Digestion in cnidarians is both extracellular as well as intracellular. Respiratory organs are absent and respiration takes place through the diffusion of gases through the general body surface. Special excretory organs are also absent in cnidarians, and the excretion takes place through the general body surface. They are aminotelic, that is, the excretory product in cnidarians is ammonia. Cnidarians possess primitive type of nervous system. They consist of a network of nerve cells and their processes. The skeletal system in cnidarians is calcareous type of exoskeleton, and for example, the corals, they have a skeleton composed of calcium carbonate. They are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means both types of sex organs are present in a single individual. Life history of cnidarians often shows alternation of generation between the sessile asexual form and motile sexual form. Asexual form is known as polyp, whereas the sexual form is known as medusa, and this process of alternation of generation is known as metagenesis. The alternate forms in cnidarians we can study in Obelia. Here is the life cycle of Obelia, which shows the process of metagenesis, that is alternation of generation. Here the alternate forms are polyp and medusa. Here you can see this is Obelia. Obelia is sedentary and trimorphic. Sedentary and trimorphic form consists of 3 types of individuals. ये कॉलोनियल है, इसमें 3 टाइप के इंडिविजुअल्स मिलते हैं. ये इसकी कॉलोनी है ओबीलिया की. तो 3 टाइप के इंडिविजुअल्स कौन कौन से हैं इसमें? पॉलिप्स, दीज आर द पॉलिप्स. Then blastostyles and medusae. These are the medusae. Polyps are nutritive in function, while blastostyles give rise to the reproductive individuals. ये blastostyles ये देखो, यहाँ से medusa निकल रहा है. This is male and this is female, and reproduction takes place by the fusion of the gametes, and after fertilization zygote is formed. This zygote gives rise to the larva. ये planula larva बन रहा है. Planula larva then converts into young polyp. It is the asexual form. This polyp then it is converted into hydrula form. हाइड्रूला में जब बर्डिंग होती है देन ये कॉलोनी पूरी बन जाती है ओबीलिया की. तो द मेडुसे, these medusae, they contain gonads for sexual reproduction. So alternation of asexual and sexual stages occur in the life cycle of Obelia, and this process is known as Metagenesis. Fertilization in case of cnidarians is both external as well as internal, and the development is indirect. The examples of phylum Cnidaria are Eurelia, that is jellyfish, Physalia, which is also known as Portuguese man of war, and Adamsia, that is sea anemone. This is Physalia and this is sea anemone. So, in the next lecture, we will discuss the general characters of phylum Ctenophora. Thank you.